morning, my tribe. Hello, everybody in YouTube land. Want to welcome Searching for Intelligent Life. He's a new subscriber, and he's put up some pretty good comments. Put up a lengthy one to my last video, and I want to riff off of it a little bit, off of some of the items. I'll handle them each one in a little video each per time. But you mentioned that when the grid goes down, there won't be any people around. But there will be. And I think he mentions a specific time period after a few weeks. Certainly most of the people will still be alive after 2 weeks. So maybe he's talking about 6 to 8 weeks. There's still going to be a whole lot of people left. The FEMA estimates are that 50% of the population will die within the first 6 months. And that very well may be. But even their estimates after 1 year are 80 to 90% will perish. Let's say 80%. That still leaves 60 million people. 60 million people have survived that. An awful lot of those are going to be outside of major cities. And that's with the people that are actually accounted for, not accounting for people that are not counted in the census. And I think there's upwards of another 20 million there. So you can add another 4 million to that. So that's 64 million people in the continental US that are still have survived and are still desperate. So there's going to be more people around than you might think so. And I'm not speaking directly to Searching for Intelligent Life. I'm not challenging him. His situation is unique, and he points that out. Each individual person is a unique situation. But what will happen very early on, and I mean very early on, is that people will band together. People are already banded together in groups. We just don't really think about it that way. Drug distribution networks. They are a tribe. And they are already organized, and they are already skilled in the use of violence, and they will use those skills and that tribal sense of unity to prey upon everyone. Other groups will form very quickly, such as police and firemen getting together and forming a group and going out and looking for resources. And they will all these groups that form are going to be preying upon weaker groups and individuals. All of them will be. That's just human nature. If you don't have something and you have no way of manufacturing it immediately or whatever, you go and you take it. You get to the point where you're desperate enough, you go and you take it. During the Holodomor, millions upon millions of people in the Soviet Union died, but many, 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 many more millions survived. And I know Holodomor was a unique example in the world in that it was a government-sponsored starvation, but it wasn't unique to Ukraine. They called it Holodomor there, but millions died elsewhere in the Soviet Union also. And even in the hardest hit areas, the kulaks, even some of them survived. They ate everything down to grasses and bark. It got to the point where they ate each other. But the point is, millions of them survived. Now there wasn't the groups getting together and going out and conquering weaker people. That was what the government did. They sponsored groups to band together, and as long as you were communist, you could go out and do horrible things to other groups of people and individuals and get away with it. The kulaks weren't forming together. They did a couple times, and they actually fought back a little bit and were semi-successful, but they weren't organized enough and didn't have a plan, and so their uprisings failed. However, where was I going with that? Got sidetracked. Remove the government structured enforcement of the government's version of peace. Their enforcement policies, remove that, And people will band together and do horrific things to weaker people. An old Greek saying, the strong did what they could and the weak suffered what they must. It's so true. And strength and weakness is relative. One group may only have 5 people in it, but if the other group only has 2 people in it, 5 people aren't that strong, but against 2 people they are, when compared to 150 people against those 5. Weakness and strength are all relative to your position. And I still say, and I always will say, you need tribe. You need people. When you come down with a cold or a flu, unless you're in the wilds of Idaho and your place is only accessible by jet boat or helicopter, you need people, because you get sick, you go down, who's watching your back? Nobody. I stand by that statement that you need tribe. You need people. You need people you can trust, people you are morally compatible with. It's important. It's really important. My opinion, really important. Thanks for the thought-provoking questions there. Searching for Intelligent Life. Keep them coming. They're appreciated. Like, subscribe, share. Why not? God bless you all. Take care. I'll talk to you later. Bye.